The Contest, Chapter 5, Escape. I was escorted out by Rose the scientist. I didn't see the others again until much later on the spacecraft. Rose worked in the lab aboard the ship, which this is where we were. I woke up in a bed strapped down. Charlie and Indy were in cages, naked. Max, Ching, and Matt were also in beds. No one else made it out alive. "Welcome back to reality, Derek," said Rose. "You can call me Cube. Where am I?" "On Lord Voss's ship." "What's that humming in my head? Am I on drugs?" "No, we are in hyperspace." "What kind of space is that? Is it beyond outer space?" "Sorta. We'll arrive at our destination in about 2 weeks. Get some rest. You're healing well and should feel better than you ever felt before." Rose left through a sliding door. "Psst, Cube, it's me, Charlie. Over here. In the cage. Get us out." "I can't. I'm strapped down." "Rats. Indy and I are locked in here, naked. They treat us like animals. We've got collars around our necks." "What's going on?" said Max. "I can't move. Where are we?" "Ugh, these straps are too strong," said Chang. "Everyone relax and try to figure this out," said Matt. "Look, it's the unbelievers. Locked up in a cage." "Very funny," said Charlie. "Cube, where did you come from? How did you get off the island?" I can't remember. I left the office with Rose, and then I woke up here." "What's that humming noise? Are we moving?" "I think so." "I don't see any lockers. Where's our gear?" "We'll find out once we get out of these straps," said Max. Gas came out of the vents, and I blacked out again. Later I woke up dressed in what looked like a pilot's uniform. The other guys were eating and laughing. We felt great. Charlie and Indy were gone. Rose walked in. Guards were wearing red armor. "Now that you've renewed, we're heading for the library. You can read the data files or watch holos of our history. Enjoy." She took us out of the lab and down a hall and into the third door on the left. It was a library with desks and monitors. Lots of data disks on the shelves. They all had strange dates on them. BBY or ABY. She explained that it was similar to our own history of BC and AD. So I started with the oldest discs and put it in the main holoprojector. We all watched history unfold in 3D holograms, a history of the galaxy we never knew existed. In 35,000 to 25,000 BBY, before the Galactic Republic unified the galaxy, much of the known space was colonized and ruled by the Rakatans, an alien empire that introduced modern hyperdrive technology to the galaxy. The empire fell through civil wars and the uprisings of many oppressed cultures. By 27,000 BBY, one of the key planets of the core worlds, Alderaan, was settled by human colonists. In 25,000 BBY, the pre-Republic warlord Zim the Despot was conquered by a coalition led by the Hutts. 100 years later, the ratification of the Galactic Constitution and other founding documents brought about the Galactic Republic, which was established on Coruscant. This galactic government stood, albeit in an evolving form, for over 1,000 generations. Ancient followers of the Force codified their beliefs and ideals and formed the Sith Order in service to the Republic. By 24,500 BBY, the rise of the False Ones within the Sith Order led to conflict, as the legions of Letau, commanded by General Zendor, splintered from the Order to pursue power for themselves. They were eventually defeated by the Sith. From 20,000 to 17,000 BBY, the Republic underwent extensive expansion outward from the core. From 17,000 to 3,000 BBY, a series of 17 wars were waged between the worlds of Alsakan and Coruscant for control of the capital of the Republic. From 12,000 to 11,000 BBY, a series of religious crusades sanctioned by Supreme Chancellor Contispex began oppressing several alien cultures. From 9,000 to 8,000 BBY, Republic expansion continued. Blotus the Hutt ruled for 275 peaceful and progressive years as Supreme Chancellor during this era. From 7,000 to 6,900 BBY, the False Ones rose again, leading to galactic conflict between Sith and the False Sith. The Sith Order prevailed, causing the False Ones to flee into the uncharted space where they discovered the ancient Jedi people. That led to the rise of the Jedi Empire. 5,000 BBY, two hyperspace explorers stumbled upon the Jedi Empire, connecting the False Ones to the Galactic Republic. Jedi Odin led a Jedi invasion of the galaxy, followed by an all-out war. The Jedi Empire was eventually defeated, and Odin retreated to the fourth moon of Yavin. In 4250 BBY, another uprising of the False Ones resulted in a Sith civil war. The False Ones attempted to unleash as much destruction as possible with an alien artifact known as the Cosmic Turbine, but failed and were defeated. In 4015 BBY, Automata, whatever, you know what I'm saying, rose up against Organics on Coruscant, until they were put down by Sith Lords. Lingering fear and resentment against droids lasted for centuries. From 4,000 to 3996 BBY, the False Ones rose once more as ancient Jedi powers were stirred by fallen Sith Exar Kun. The Great Jedi War encompassed a number of conflicts. The Beast Wars of Onderon started when an undercurrent of False Ones sparked civil war between the city dwellers of Isis and the Beast Riders of the Wilderness. The uprising started when the royalty of Onderon drew their power from the spirit of the long-dead Sith Lord Freedon Nad. The False Ones brought about the rise of Exar Kun and the cult of Krath. The Jedi Wars started in the Empress Teta system when it was conquered by the Krath. Exar Kun corrupted a number of Sith Lords into joining the False Ones. Among his followers were Eula Keldroma. Keldroma finally stripped of his powers, and Kun's spirit was trapped within a Massassi temple in Yavin 4, the focal point of Jedi power. During the Great Hunt, the Sith Order undertook a failed purge using Tyranidex, creatures from the Sith world of Korriban that fed off the blood of Force sensitives. From 3965 to 3960, Mandalorian Neo-Crusaders, led by Mandalore the Ultimate, waged war against the Galactic Republic. The conflict led to the rise of such heroes as the Sith Lords Revan and Malak. From 3959 to 3951 BBY, following Revan and Malak's victory over the Mandalorians, Revan re-emerged as Darth Revan. He was elected to overtake the remains of the Republic for a time. Much of the Republic's military forces became Sith, but the Jedi rose up against him using ancient Rakatan technology. From 2000 to 1000 BBY, also known as the New Jedi Wars, it marked a millennium of continued fighting between the Sith and the Jedi that embroiled much of the galaxy. At the end, during the last 2 years, a series of 7 devastating battles that eventually brought an end to the wars. The Jedi, united as the Brotherhood of Darkness, waged war against the Sith Army of Light. In the end, the machinations of a single Sith Lord, Darth Bane, brought about the eradication of the Brotherhood and the Army of Light. The continuation of the Sith Order existed in secret as Jedi infiltrators in the Republic took over. Following the devastation of the Battle of Ruusan, sweeping changes were enacted in the Galactic Republic, taking power away from the Supreme Chancellor and redistributing it to the Galactic Senate. The Jedi Order became an instrument of the Judicial Department of the Republic. The Jedi enacted new codes that limited instructions so that a single master trained a single Padawan, with training centralized on Coruscant. The modern Republic and Jedi Order began, and so did a 1,000-year period without a full-scale war. 600 BBY, fallen Jedi Knight Ayla was exiled to Dathomir, where her abilities, teachings, and bloodline gave rise to the Force-sensitive witches of the planet. 490 BBY, an area of outlying space in the galaxy called the Corporate Sector, was set aside for exploration by a coalition of leading businesses. 350 BBY, a number of influential shipping and commodities interests banded together for political gain as the Trade Federation. 340 BBY, a Chuan-Thor Jedi training vessel crashed on Dathomir. The Jedi Council launched a rescue mission including Yoda, but it was repulsed by the Witches of Dathomir. 44 BBY, Ioko Stark forged a coalition of smugglers, pirates, and mercenaries, bounty hunters, and assassins working in the Outer Rim to form the Stark Commercial Combine. Or Commune. I don't know what that says, but Combine, I think. And together they disrupted Bacta shipments and supplies. Stark undercut the Trade Federation and Bacta cartel's stranglehold on the Bacta shipments, but his actions sparked a violent Republic reprisal. Jedi Master Dooku led a team of 20 Jedi to confront and defeat the Mandalorian shock troopers on Galadran, wiping out their ranks except for Jango Fett, the sole survivor. 32 BBY, the Trade Federation brazenly blockaded and invaded the world of Naboo. In the fallout, Supreme Chancellor Valorum was ousted and replaced by Senator Palpatine of Naboo, who rode a wave of sympathy into the office. Queen Amidala led a counterattack that defeated the Trade Federation occupation. The Jedi brought young Anakin Skywalker into the Order. 22-19 BBY, Supreme Chancellor Palpatine's term was extended in the face of Separatist crisis, fomented by former Jedi Count Dooku. Thousands of worlds left the Republic fold, and a coalition of corporate interests pooled their military resources to wage war against the Republic. The Galactic Republic, or government, in response, activated a secret clone army led by the Jedi as generals. The 3-year conflict became known as the Clone Wars. 19 BBY, the Clone Wars ended with the defeat of the Separatist Council and the death of General Grievous and Count Dooku. Chancellor Palpatine then put into motion his endgame strategy, ordering the clone troopers to turn against their Jedi commanders. The resulting slaughter nearly wiped out the Jedi Order and Palpatine, who in truth was the Sith Lord Darth Sidious, consolidated his power as Emperor, taking over the False Republic. 0 BBY/ABY, Republic Alliance forces formed a band of rebels and secured the plans for a battle station called the Death Star. They struck from a hidden base, the focal point of the Jedi on Yavin 4, the Massassi Temple. Young Force-sensitive pilot Luke Skywalker destroyed the battle station. 3 ABY, the Empire struck back at the Alliance by discovering and invading its hidden base on Hoth. The rebels were routed and scattered across the galaxy. 4 ABY, desperate Alliance forces reunited when Bothan intelligence found out about a new commissioned Death Star. The Alliance fleet attacked the battle station still under construction. They destroyed the Death Star, killing the Emperor and bringing an end to the Sith, or so they thought. 9 ABY, Grand Admiral Thrawn returned from the unknown regions to lead the remnants of the Imperial fleet in a bid to retake the core. Thrawn's complex strategy involved the use of force-blocking Salamiri and Sparti-based cloning to create a new Imperial clone army, but ultimately he was defeated by the New Republic. 11 ABY, Admiral Dala emerged from the super-secret Imperial think tank hidden within the Maul cluster and led an outdated Imperial task force on a series of strikes against New Republic targets. Elsewhere, Luke Skywalker restarted the Jedi Order with a new training facility on Yavin 4. From 25 to 30 ABY, in one of the most destructive conflicts ever forced by the galaxy, the menacing extragalactic Yuuzhan Vong invaded and began sundering entire worlds. Imperial and New Republic forces united in an effort to defeat the invaders. The New Republic was forced off Coruscant, and the planet was radically terraformed by the Yuuzhan Vong. The New Republic was reorganized as the Galactic Federation of Free Alliances. Luke Skywalker's Jedi Order relocated to the living planet Sonoma Secot and defeated the Vong. 40 ABY, the Galactic Alliance's disarmament campaign prompted a violent bid for independence from Corellia and a confederation of allies. During the New Civil War, Jacen Solo rose to power under the mantle of Darth Caedus. Tired of the failings of the Jedi and the Galactic Alliance, Admiral Dala accessed the Qua Gate on Dathomir, guarded by the Witches, and hired a powerful demon lord to undo history to save Palpatine from the death back in 4 ABY. Palpatine reinvented the Remnant into the First Order and took over. The Demon Lord's half-human daughter led a group of time-traveling females to undo her and Dala's work and put things back like they were. 1:30 AVY, in the wake of a failed Jedi initiative to terraform destroyed worlds, the Moff Council of the New Empire waged war against the Galactic Alliance, deemed complicit in the environmental disasters. In truth, the Ossus project had been sabotaged by the new Sith Order, which allied with the Empire to attack and weaken the Alliance. After 3 years of hostilities, the Galactic Alliance surrendered. The holo stopped, and all noticed Lord Voss was in the room. Current time, the Jedi are trying to revive, and so we need as many warriors we can muster to wipe them out once and for all. And so, gentlemen, we have chosen you.